Welcome back to another Cube video. I am Edward, also known as Strategy, and let's see what we open. It's our best friend Mox Emerald. Okay. Maybe that's what that little loading glitch was them just seeding Mox Emerald, our best friend ever, into our pack. Well, that's an easy take. Alright, now that we have Mox Emerald. Ooh, Paragoyf, Arid Mesa. I don't think there's much else I really care for in here. So yeah, let's just take the Paragoyf. That's one of the stronger cards in this cube for sure. The only thing I would have been probably, well, besides power and whatnot, I think taking a broadside there would have been maybe a little bit better, but that's about it, honestly. Okay, so there's a Psychic Frog. Not very easy to cast off Mox Emerald, of course, but this could be off color. However, this early, I don't really want to take a frog. I'd rather take a card I could use my Mox Emerald for. Not Fast Bond. So here I'm looking at Parallax Wave. Our previous video, Parallax Wave did a lot of work for and against us. And then maybe we get a Rabble Master on the wheel if we go with that. But yeah, I like Parallax Wave here. I think that's just better than anything else going on. Alright, Mox and 2/4 drops. Let's go. Just kidding. Hopefully we can get some lower CMC cards. Okay, well, there's a Flage. That kind of rewards us for being in Boros. Maybe the Arena of Glory comes around, or maybe we get an Overlord back. I could see taking Renin 6, but I think Flage is better than Renin 6. And also taking Flage, it sends less Boros signals to the person to our left, so we're more likely to get Boros cards on the return. So yeah, I think I like taking the Flage here. Looks like for once we're the ones waiting on packs. It's one of the reasons why I don't like to just take the card and move on, but I also am tired of not getting the cards I want because for whatever reason, mostly me not paying enough attention, the timer runs out and then I go to double click it or whatever and I don't get the card even though I have the card selected and it wants to pick a different card. I don't understand that whatsoever, but c'est la vie. One thing to note, we have roughly 34 more hours from the recording of this video until the cube no longer exists on Arena. Sad day for me. I did start recording these videos because of this. I do have plans to do other things. Let's put a pause on that. Okay, so here. Loot is a fun card, but I don't think it's necessarily something that we want to be doing. There is a Sarah Paragon, which is pretty powerful, but we have so many 4-drops already. It's just, I don't really want a Containment Priest either at this point. I could take Trumpeting Carnosaur as like a 3-mana bolt. But honestly, I think Sarah might be better. I'm not interested in Endurance. If this was like best of 3 cube, I could see being Naya maybe. Yeah, Shadow Spear I'm not really interested in either. I guess let's take the Sarah Paragon, but I really don't want any other 4s at the moment. Okay, there's a Thalia I don't hate. Glorybringer, but we have so I wouldn't mind Glorybringer, but I'm gonna take the lower CMC card here. Yeah, I don't see much else. I might play a Metamorphose if it wheels. I don't think I'm gonna play a Monastery of Swift Spear. Anyways, so something that I've been doing even before this Arena Cube got announced was a cube with arena only cards. So something I've been doing for like 2 or 3 months now, give or take. I and some buddies have been drafting on Draftmancer, and we just import our decks over to Arena and play there. Ooh. I do love Sentinel. If you've been watching any of my videos, I really do like Sentinel. I think it's a strong card. However, at this point, I don't want to be three colors. We don't even have lands. Again, if you've been watching, I love lands. I love mana fixing. We just don't have that right now. So I'm not willing, even though we have a Mox Emerald, to really go into the Sentinel. So I'm just going to take this Pirate Spellbomb here. And my cube has been doing pretty well. We have a couple new players, which has been great. We haven't had a draft of 8 players yet, but luckily Draft Mentor lets us do bots, and it's been a lot of fun. And my content's going to slow down dramatically. I'm not going to be able to do daily anymore, obviously, which is going to give me a break. This has been a lot, but it's been fun. So I might try to do like a video or 2 a week. We'll see. Moving forward. Okay. So third path, the Winds of Abandon, a Mana Tithe. I do like Mana Tithe, and honestly, I think it just being a 1-drop kind of wins it over for me over these 3 drops. And Winds of Abandon I don't think is that great. Okay, I do like Bone Crusher Giant. That's pseudo cheap removal, and then it's a threat as well, so a little bit of card advantage in our Boros deck. And all the packs come at once, hey? I'm not really interested in any of these. I could see an argument for Restless Prairie, but honestly, I might take Star. Star would be good if we like get a Gut or a Bombardiers. I'm gonna draft towards the Gut or Bombardiers over drafting. Maybe we play something red. Okay, there's a Rabble Master. There's a Robber of the Rich, which I like. There's an Urza's Bauble. Again, Urza's Bauble would be good, but so would Robber of the Rich if we can get a Gut or a Bombardiers. I mean, I'm not guaranteed to play green, and I'd rather just take the 4-drop here, I guess. Okay, this came back around. That's going to be a 3-drop. I'm just going to say it right now. I'm not going to play Swift Spear in this deck, so I'm just going to take the dual land. A slight reward for taking the dual land. Okay. Oh, we got a Comet, ladies and gentlemen. That is amazing, and definitely a reward for us being Boros. Notably, we are getting rid of a Strip Mine. There's a Reanimate in the pack. Pack 1 had an Entomb, if we remember. Mana Confluence. It would be nice. No, Batterskull already came around. So I guess whoever, and I don't think it wheeled. So whoever got the Batterskull may be interested in the Stoneforge Mystic. With that said, there's not much in here I expect to wheel outside of maybe Cosmogrand Zenith. So honestly, at this point, maybe even we're interested in the Lightning Helix. But I'm going to take the Comet. I would play the Lightning Helix more than likely. But honestly, maybe we take the Bomat Courier on the wheel. Ooh, a Sacred Foundry. That is perfect. And nothing else in here I'm really that excited about at this moment. I'd rather just take the Sacred Foundry. Unfortunately, Arid Mesa was in the first pack as well. But yeah, to help finish up that thought so we can move on. The drafting on my Draftmancer for the like arena only cards has been a lot of fun. We do use the arena specific cards, and that's been a kind of a cool twist from like our paper cube that we drafted before I moved to Indiana. Ooh, a Fury. That's a nice one. Now I would love to get this Sunbellow Verge back. I do also see this Oust. A lot of people disrespect the Oust. I would be happy with either the Verge or the Oust. Unfortunately, if the Oust comes back and the Verge, I probably have to take the Verge. I'm sorry, I misspoke. The Oust. It's just one. It's 1 mana interaction. And 2, we are 2 colors. Even though I would love to play the Verge, the Oust is just a premium removal spell. But yeah, so there's no power on Arena that you can actually play with. So like we don't get to play powered cubes like in my paper cube, but there's still like Oracle the Alpha, so you can still do some pretty broken stuff, and that's been a lot of fun. In all honesty, like there's just so many cool, unique Arena cards that make it different enough that even though I do prefer to play powered cubes, it's just been a ton of fun. Okay, here's a Death Greeters champion and a Thraben. Both of these are very powerful, especially in this cube. The Death Greeters champion is just very, very strong. I think playing... This is basically a 2-drop. Yeah, I like the Death Greeters champion. Let's take the Death Greeters champion. Also, I haven't gotten a chance to play with it yet. We did draft it, I believe, last video, but I ended up cutting all the red. So, which works out because my wife wanted me to play mono white for her anyways. The first chance I got, so it worked out. It was her spirit coming through. Um, but yeah, if you're interested in cubing with us, let me know, and I can send you a link or something. And like I said, I'm going to try to get a video out maybe once a week. I will try to edit them a little bit more as well moving forward because it'll be less. I've just been kind of pushing everything out currently. And okay, so I'm just going to take the Luminarch here. We have so many 4-drops. Like, I'm just not interested in a 4-drop. I'm sure there's a 4-drop out there that I'm forgetting about, but I just... Yeah, I can't think of one off the top of my head. We already have the Parallax Wave. Of course, there's like the Wandering Emperor, but I probably would pass the Wandering Emperor at this point. It would be nice to get a fetch land to go with our Sarah Paragon. It would have been nice to have that strip mine to go with our Sarah's Paragon, but Comet is a good boy, as they say. It's funny because Felia looks like my dog Thor, which is a corgi, and Comet looks like my dog Bowser, which is an Australian Shepherd. That's really funny. Okay, well, thankfully, I don't care enough about either of these two cards to pass on the Inspiring Vantage, so that is nice. Do we just take Bauble here? I don't know if I want Grim Lavamancer, and we're not, for the same reason I didn't take the 1-2 Prowess, I just don't, Monastery Swiftspear, I just don't know if we're going to trigger this all that often. But I also don't know if I want Grim Lavamancer. I may just want Bauble. Yeah, I'm just going to take the Bauble. Oh, a Plateau. Perfect. Okay, and there's nothing else in this pack that I even remotely want. Although there's a lot of blue cards for this late. Stoneforge Mystic did come around. Interesting. I think that's worth speculating on, honestly. These cards that don't have... Cosmo Grand Zenith can be strong, but I'm going to spec on the Stoneforge Mystic. This also means like if we can open up a Skull Clamp, that would be really nice. Okay, Nova Hellkite's done a lot of work for us. Get Lost is also nice, but I want to take the Nova. Okay, Galvanic Blast came back around. That's also nice. Oh yes. Okay, the Thraben. I'm so glad we took the Death Greeter since that came back around. Maybe that means we'll get a late Mom or something in the last pack. That would be really nice. Thinking about other things to record videos for. I am a very big vintage enthusiast. With the help of some other people, I made my own vintage tournament. I think I'm just going to take the questing beast here. Called the Oklahoma Land Run. And that's been pretty good. We're going on our 7th year. Wow, we did get the Lavamancer. Okay, sure. Oh my gosh, yes, and a Mox Ruby to boot. Fantastic. I wouldn't mind a Prismatic Vista, but we're not going to complain about a Ruby. That's even on color. That is great. If we had a gut, I wouldn't mind like wheeling a Talisman. We're probably not going to get the Minx Gamboon. We don't have the mana to support it anyways. I could have taken a Temple Garden and the Restless green-white land to support this Minx Gamboon, but honestly, I don't think... I'm not going to pass... Oh my gosh. Okay, this is cool. I'm not going to pass the Ruby anyways, and Minx Gamboon's not going to wheel, so it's kind of a moot point. Okay, well, here I'm going to take the Lelia. It does feel really bad to not be able to take this Lightning Bolt, but you know what? Lelia is insane. If we can get a couple Moxen into our Lelia, that's even better. We have a Mishra's Baubles as a chance to hit off of our Lelia if we curve into it, since you can't always hold it. Sometimes you just need to play land into Lelia. So yeah, we're going to take Lelia. We do have a bit of 1-drop interaction, So missing the lightning bolt's not the end of the world. Okay, here we have plenty of playables. I wouldn't mind the Skyclave coming back around. I actually wouldn't even mind being able to play with Evora, but here I have to take this. We need good mana. We have a Flage after all we're trying to cast, and Marsh Flats will help us cast it. Ooh, okay. I was immediately looking at the Chandra. I didn't recognize the Windswept Heath immediately. But for the same reason we took the Marsh Flats, I'm just going to take the Windswept Heath. We have plenty of playables. I don't think there's a strong enough argument to... Yeah, we have 24 playables already. I guess 2 of them are like kind of like lands, but yeah, I'm going to take the Windswept Heath. I really wish we could get a Gut or a Bombardiers, but at this point we're probably not going to. Remember when I used to see Gut like every draft? Those were the good days. Now I'm just not playing red decks anymore. Now that I am playing a red deck, it's like it doesn't want to show up anymore. I want to take the Carry Zev. I do like Elite Spellbinder. Maybe I'm supposed to take the Elite Spellbinder. I do think the Carry Zev has a higher chance of wheeling. So yeah, let's take the Elite Spellbinder. Oh, a Chain Lightning. That's a gift. Mind Collapse and Showdown are very strong as well, but I'm going to take the 1-drop. I just value that very high. Portable Hull's done some work for us. Kamano faces Kakazan. I'm not too sure. Kellen. I don't hate Kellen. I don't think I'm going to play anything else here. The Portable was good for us before as well, but we don't have like a way to really abuse it. It looks like we're not going to play this Stoneforge Mystic, unfortunately. Yeah, we're not going to play anything here either, so... Let's just take the Ulamog, take out the Stoneforge Mystic. Prismatic Vista pick 9. I mean, yes. Yes, please. Let's do that. An Inti Wield. Yes, let's continue doing that. I'm so excited to be playing a double Moxen deck, especially with all these 2s and 3s. The double Moxen does help the fact that we're playing so many 4s, but honestly, I may cut the Overlord. We have a ton of playables. This is a 3. This is a 0, but I'll keep it as a 5, I guess. Oh, an Evora Wield. Awesome. I've been looking forward to playing with this card. I think I'd rather have that than Skyclave. We have a decent amount of removal. This could come back to bite me, but I'm gonna take the Evora. And Chandra Wield. Okay. When it's free, I guess. Okay, so the Karizev did wheel, but maybe we want the Monstrous Rage as like other removal. I'm just gonna take the Karizev. Oh. Okay, yeah, I did get it. Oh wow, both of these wheeled. I'm gonna take the Mind Collapse. We have a lot of and Kakazan wheeled. Okay, as I say, we have a lot of 4-drops, so I'm gonna take the Mind Collapse as a free spell. It looks like we were in the spot for Boros, so maybe Gut and Bombardiers just weren't opened. Yeah, I don't see why else I would be getting like all the Boros cards on the wheel. And then of course green, per usual, just wasn't respected either. Okay, so I don't think I'm going to play this. I don't think I need to play Grim Lavamancer. It's just very slow. Let's see. Yeah, 17 lands, so I get to cut. I'll probably cut 2 mountains because this emerald is like my 17th source and the Mox Ruby is like a mountain, so it's still 5 and 5. But I'm going to see where we end up first. This is I'm just gonna put this in the 1-drop spot. This is I'm just gonna put that in the 1-drop spot as well. This is in the 3-drop spot. This is in the 3-drop spot. I am happy with this deck. We need to make 4 more cuts though. So maybe the Karizev, I just don't respect that card a lot, and we just have better 2s. Maybe we cut the Trumpeting Carnosaur. I don't have a whole lot of ways to abuse the Sarah Paragon outside of, like, we have Spell Bomb. I guess if we block and, chump block with a Thraben Inspector or something, we have the Bauble. Maybe we have enough. We also can desperately Flage if we really want to, but then the Flage would get exiled. Let's see, 2 more cuts. Maybe we do cut the Bauble. The problem with Bauble in a deck like this, if we can't really abuse it, and I'm not going to consider Sarah Paragon to be abuse, is that it's a wild card, so to speak. So, like, when you're keeping an opening hand, you don't know if it's going to be a land or a spell. And so if you have a land-heavy hand and you keep it and you draw a land, like, yes, it'll get you faster to a spell, I suppose. However, sometimes you just need to know what your hand's going to do, and with this, it's a wild card. You don't know, and if you can stumble a lot, and it's a little bit more relevant for best of 3 when you know what your opponent's on. But I'm going to go ahead and cut the Bauble for those reasons and just rely on other sources of card advantage. We got 1 more. I'm thinking a 3-drop. We have a lot of 3s. And honestly, it's sadly probably the Nova or the Elite. But then that just gets rid of so many of our white sources. Or so many of our white cards. But that's probably okay. I don't know. I don't want to be mono. There's no reason to be mono red. Like, we have one of the best white cards, if not the best white card. Obviously, like, Swords to Plowshares better. But Parallax Wave is an incredible reason to be white. So I'm going to play other white cards. I could see maybe cutting the Sarah Paragon, actually. Maybe we cut the Sarah Paragon. I could see that being wrong. But in my experience, like, just jamming things to the board and making your opponent kind of deal with it. And then, finishing off with a Nova Hellkite effect, a Parallax Wave to break the mirrors, or a Paragoy for a Comet or something. It would have been nice if we got in a Johnny as well, but oh well. I think I like this configuration. Let's try it. Let's change that. Let's change that art over to that. You know what? No. Let's do my buddy Comet. There we go. We don't get to do that too much because Comet's not actually on the client. So let's do that. All right. Round number 1. Let's see how this goes. Oh, 37. Play ends in 37 hours. Okay. Maybe it was sign-ups. That was 34 hours. Either way, I'm excited. By the time you see this video, it'll probably be after the cube is down. But I'm going to plan on doing a few of them. I'm going to try to do a few of them so we can do more afterwards. Okay, this is a great hand. We got turn 1 Luminarch Aspirant into turn 2 Elite Spellbinder on the play. Yes, please. We're going to use Prismatic Vista to get our planes. I realized I never went back and checked my basics. I will do that probably after this game. I definitely don't think I need 5 basic planes when I cut a double white spell there. Maybe our opponent just goes Tri-Land Go, in which case I think they're going to be in for a bad time. Ooh, okay. Tolarian Academy deck. That's scary. Into Mana Vault. Do they got 1 more artifact? Coalition Relic. That's funny. That is the card I was thinking of in my head. Okay, they got 2 mana currently. Let's just get a plateau. I don't want to draw any more lands. And let's see what they have left. Hopefully they don't have much, and we can just race them before they do anything. Oh. Yeah, Might Stone, Weak Stone it is. Let's make that cost 7. Yep, they can put the counter on. Let's just do this. Get in as much damage as possible. That'll deal another damage to them unless they pay, which they can. Maybe they should. Yeah, I think they should have paid, because this can still tap to play their profs. I think I would have paid there. Let's see if that 1 damage matters. I guess they could still play this for 7. Is that still set 3, 4, 5, 6? Okay, yes, never mind. They probably did the math before me. Oh, they want the Nettle Cyst. Okay. Yep, and then that's going to get put on the Germ, unfortunately. I would love a Parallax Wave here, honestly. All right, our opponent's just going off. Interesting that they had the mana to play the Might Stone, Weak Stone and chose not to. Wow. Okay, we are just getting absolutely vintaged. Yep. All right, Parallax Wave. Let's go. Luckily, it doesn't have Trampled, but holy cow. And it just keeps on going. Hey, look, Mana Tithe. Right on time. And just tapped. We're going to put this on the Elite Spellbinder. The Elite Spellbinder is going to die, but at least we're going to get in 4 damage. Yeah, there's not much we could have done about this. Our opponent, in fact, did not go tap land go. At this point, they definitely don't need to pay. Expressive Iteration. Their Academy currently taps for 5. I like that it actually puts the number on the card. The Arena is very, very nice. It's very aesthetically pleasing for actual gameplay. Yep.
I train every day. No one is more prepared than me. Put thoughtfulness before action.
Let's hope they don't have like a draw 7. If they do, they do. I'll just Galvanic in response. Okay, they have a Jace, which they can't play currently unless they... I mean, they probably have an untapped land. Yep, they do. And that'll probably bounce the Elite Spellbinder, maybe. Oh, why did I not... Okay, I was... Yeah. Sorry. That was just a blunder. There's no excuse for that. That was just Edward being bad. I should have Mana Tithed. It's not an excuse, but in my mind, like, the Mana Tithe was just dead. Don't know if that's the correct one, but okay. Obviously, I don't know what's in their hand. I'm just going to fire off this Galvanic Blast. I don't think I'm supposed to hit them with it. I think I'm supposed to hit the Jace so that I can block. Since I'm bad and didn't Mana Tithe this. Alright, Parallax Wave one time. Parallax Wave and we're back in this. Oh, that's a Flage. Now here's the thing. Am I supposed to Flage the Narset? Because if I block, I can play the Flage again and kill them. Oh wait, no, I'm dead. I'm dead because the Mightstone Weakstone kills the Luminarch Ascension. That's too bad. Let's just kill this, and then maybe they kill the Elite Spellbinder.
I was not prepared for this.
But I'm pretty sure I'm dead. Sadly, if I would have Mana Tide, depending on how they played it, they may not have attacked, which I guess I'd be at even higher life. So yeah, the Mana Tide did matter. Because they could have been dead this turn if I just Mana Tithed. So even after all of that, I punted this game. That should have been a win for us. Yeah, they should kill the Luminarch. And they do. Yep, that was so bad. But you know what? That's why you watch me play, so you don't lose your own money, right? Yeah, I can't believe I zoned out there. That is embarrassing. I give you all permission to unsubscribe. It is okay. I don't blame you at all. Why would you watch me? And that's why you should pay attention, folks. It's okay. I've gotten away with some wins I shouldn't have either. One time I got to reanimate something for my opponent, and they had a frog in play and had at least 3 cards to exile the thing I targeted, so I wouldn't get it, and they just let it happen. So mistakes happen. Speaking of mistakes, I don't think keeping this is one, so I'm going to keep it. I would like to draw a white source, and I am rewarded. I forgot to check my mana base. Yeah, see, we just keep going. But you know what? In this case, I'm glad we have extra planes. And who knows? My mana base may be fine. I just didn't check it after I did my list. Or finished my list, I should say. Turn 1 Guide of Souls. Okay. And a Bobble. And we did get the planes. Never didn't have it. Let's see how aggressive they want to be. Oh. Oh, and a portable hole. Okay. That's fine. They get to hit us for 3. If I get the chance, I am going to Flaze their Guide of Souls, but I may not get the chance. And I am going to play Plains. I don't want to run into a Wasteland effect if I don't have to. And this will keep this Guide of Souls back more than likely. Okay, please don't have a 0. It appears that they don't, which is good for us. Let's just smack down the Guide of Souls while we can. It's unfortunate that they have a Cosmogran Zenith, but there's not much we can do about that, unfortunately. There's no point in attacking just yet. Next turn, we do get the Death Graders Champion dashed. Our Pyrograph is a 3/4. What is on there? Oh, the Bauble. I missed the Bauble. They very likely have a counterspell. But if they have a counterspell, that's fine. It does put another card type in the yard for Paraguay, then I can kill the Cosmogrand Zenith. So let's just dash this. Let's put that here. They will probably chump. Yep. Interesting that they didn't put Lutrian. Oh, they had a Felia. Okay. Yeah, Felia is going to be annoying because now Luminarch or Aspirant goes back to being a 1/1. But that's fine because we're just going to kill the Cosmogrand, hopefully. They have to have 2 spells that sum 4 mana or less. And they haven't triggered it yet, so it's likely that they won't. It being the Cosmogrand, of course. Oh, Luris. Okay, well, when they have Luris, I guess it's easy to trigger Cosmogrand. But luckily, it looks like we will be able to kill it this turn, and they can't get it back because it's a 3-drop. Are you going to give me back the Kellen? Okay. They do get to replay the Felia eventually, but that's fine, in all honesty. Oh, wait, this isn't a 3/4 yet? Oh, yeah, because they didn't counter. That's why. Duh. Okay. Okay, so I guess we're just going to kill the Luris then. Which makes me like blocking the Felly a little bit better. Staff is a nice card. If they have another spell, they can make even more tokens, which they do, of course. And notably, it's even a Path to Exile, so like we're not even getting closer to Flage. Yeah, this Cosmogrand is just going to take over the game. I'm not going to block. Next turn, I'm just going to play the Death Graders Champion. Mana Tithe. Maybe I can remember to actually use it. Let's see what we draw, because a Parallax Wave would be incredible here. A Marsh Flats would not. It would be the opposite of incredible. Let's play the Death Graders. Let's play the Marsh Flats. All right, let's see if they can double spell after not double spelling forever for the 15th time. Okay. That decreases their chances of double spelling. If they can cast 2 spells, we are probably dead. Because they're just going to pump their entire team again, more than likely. Please just cast a 3-drop. Okay. That means they probably have a 1-drop in their hand. Yeah. That's incredible. Well, sometimes your opponents get it. Sometimes you don't. I like our hands, but our opponents just have had better draws than us. Yeah. Nice. Unfortunately, because we don't have an untapped land that doesn't kill us, yeah, that's dang. Yep, good game. Wow. All right, let's try not to 0-3 with this deck because I do think it's solid. I do think this deck is very solid. It's just unfortunate that our opponents just kind of went off on us. Yeah, that Luris was incredible. That Luris's timing was so incredible. I'm not in love with this hand, but we do have fetch land, mana tithe into Ivara to start feeling the Pyrogoyf. I'm going to keep this hand. Yes, we have Mox into Mulligan too if we want to, but this hand does have a very good curve. And the plateau is unfortunately what I wanted to draw. Let's just hope we don't get wastelanded. And by the plateau is not what I wanted to draw. I'm sorry. I wanted the marsh flats for the plateau is what I meant to say. Well, I'm going to leave up the mana tithe. If we use the mana tithe this turn, I'll lay Leah. Yes, we will mana tithe the stock up. All right, and then now we will lay Leah, and just get the beats going. Sacred Foundry tapped. Maybe we'll hit a Mox. We don't have the Bauble in our deck any longer. Also, I still didn't check my mana base. Oh well. At this point, I don't care. uh, okay. Well, you know what? We'll take it. And we're going to check our mana base. Yeah, we will take it. All right, back to tier 3. All right, let's check our mana base. All right, so we have 16 to 8. Okay. Or no, is it? Yeah, this is our pips, I believe. Yes. We have 16 or 6 mountains to 7 plains, so yeah, that's definitely off. We have 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 white sources and 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so I guess it's actually about even because it's 11 and 11. And I don't think going to 12 and 10 is actually that big of a deal. So yeah, you know what? We're just going to keep it like this actually. So it worked out. Yeah, I'm not interested in anything else in here while we're here. All right. See? The mana base was perfect the whole time. Yeah, 11 and 11 and then the green source, you know, Mox Crystal as they will. It would have been kind of cool to like get something that could use it, but all right, we're on the play. I don't know how much I like this hand. But I guess we can Kellen because this. Yeah, we can play lands off the Kellen. So sure, let's keep. Let's hope they don't punish me. I've definitely been punished for not leaving up Mana Tithe on turn 1 before. But this way we can leave up Mana Tithe next turn or evolve this because it doesn't say as sorcery unless I can't read, which is a possibility. I will say drawing that Windswept Heath was chef's kiss. If they have something here, that's fine. I'm just gonna quote unquote level up my person. Let's get down the plateau. That was a mistake. I got ahead of myself because if this hits a land, that's gonna be kind of frustrating. I need to stop doing this. Okay, it looks like it's not gonna hit regardless. That makes me feel better. I'm not going to play anything here because if I don't draw a land, I don't want to show that we have a Bone Crusher Giant and chose not to play it. Okay, that is nice. I'm going to say go for multiple reasons. One, I don't want to just play a Death Greeter's Champion on nothing. Even like, because I don't want to dash it. Okay, yep, I was going to say. And two, they may have a play end of turn, which they did. I could have Bone Crushered, which is probably what I should have done, actually. But that's fine. Okay, looks like it is going to turn out to be just A-okay. I'm going to keep the Bone Crusher in my hand, I think, and then just play Chandra into Kill Preacher. Even get to play a round of days.
Let's do this.
Yeah, I definitely should have kept the Mana Tithe, I think, but oh well. Okay, they do have a Bitter Triumph, that's fine. Into a Borogoyf. That could be a problem. Yeah, if I would have kept the Mana Tithe, it would have worked out. This would have been countered. I'm just going to play the Parallax Wave here. Don't want to get hit by Borogoyf. Our opponent's low on cards. We have plenty of cards. Hopefully Comet can take over the game. Okay, opponent may not have anything, which is nice. Mox Emerald, why not? Comet leaving up. Bone Crusher. Let's roll a 6. A 5. Okay, we'll just dome them. And at this point, I probably will just play the Bone Crusher. If they don't do anything with it. Duress doesn't hit us. That's good. Bone Crusher is a creature. If they want to counter the Bone Crusher, I'm okay with that. Imagine if they would have Lutried the Duress. That would have been incredible because we got the just Bone Crusher, the Lutri right there. Opponent is thinking about doing something. Oh, Animate dead? Okay, yeah, that's a good one. Unfortunately. That is a good one. So now I'm gonna... Oh, you know what? No, I can just Parallax Wave it. Let's see if this resolves. I was going to say, because if this rolled like another 5, then I could kill it that way. But I'm just going to do this and just see what happens. Okay. Let's see what Comet does. If Comet rolls a 5, okay. All right, sure, why not? I am just gonna minus, and then they're dead to a lot of things here. That's fine. If they want to kill Comet at this point, I'm okay with that. Because if they attack me, that's perfectly fine. I do need to blink the Preacher. Not blink, but you know what I mean. Attacking with Lucher just does not make sense here. Okay, so they have a sweeper. But if they do, then I can protect Ivara if I want to. Sure. Comet down. Comet came into play and dealt 8 damage. That's fine. Oh. Okay. I mean, yeah, that's a good draw from them. Mox is not good. Cast with Dash. We're going to put it on the Bone Crusher, which is a forced block. And then they don't gain life because of the first strike. Oh, I thought I had 2 mana for some reason. They do get their cards back, which is very unfortunate for us. They go to 1? Okay. Alright, Chain Lightning. Okay.
I'll have this fight finished before brunch.
Ah, one of your friends has to leave.
This is 7/8. Jeez. Sure, we'll kill this. Hopefully their last card isn't a hard counter, which I can't think of one off the top of my head, so I think they're just dead. I'm going to play the Plains first, just in case. And we are now 2-2. I don't like the way I sequenced some of those things. I definitely think I was supposed to Bone Crusher instead of Mana Tithe. The Bargoyf wouldn't have had to have been Parallax waved. Alright, 2-2. This deck has a little bit of respect. We did have both our Mox in that game, notably. Now if we can get them in our opening hand. If our Enti survives, I like this hand. We are on the play. I'm gonna run it out. I'm just gonna play the Mars Flats. I don't want to draw any more lands. Our worst matchup here is if our opponent's a control deck. Okay. Yep. Are we just gonna get vintaged out again? Okay, they do appear to be more of a Lurrus control deck than a Lurrus aggro deck. Oh, wow. Do you have a 3-drop to play too? You're just going to buy Lurrus? We were on the play, weren't we? This doesn't feel like we're on the play. Where's our hands like this? I would imagine, I'm hoping that they just buy Lurrus here. And I'm hoping that they take 3, which they have the Lurrus to gain the life back, but... Nope, they're going to take our Inti. At least we have the Mind Collapse to get the Inti back since they're short of mana. Well, this just copies it, right? It doesn't actually... Yeah, it becomes a copy of that card, so we'd still get the Inti back, I believe. Okay, well, sometimes you just get vintaged.
Oh! How am I supposed to focus on only one project?
And I need to kill, unfortunately, the Valky. Otherwise, they just get more value off the Tameo. I suppose I don't have to, but I'm going to. I really want to kill the Tameo here, but I would like to make a play. I guess, okay, I can kill the Tameo and then play the Thalia. But then this becomes a 3-3. And then this is even further from being a Parallax Wave. So yeah, I'm going to do this. I think this is better. Unfortunately, our opponent just having 5 mana turn 1 and actually using it all, it was just a little bit too much for us. And of course, they won their flip. Do they have a draw or something? Okay. Yeah, I mean, I would draw a card here. Oh, Valky. Okay. Well, Robert doesn't even get us anything here. I just don't know how much Parallax Wave is going to matter. And yeah, I could regret that, of course. But oh, wait, no, does that. They get it, don't they? Well, the answer is Parallax Wave is going to matter a lot. All right, well, we deserve this 2 and 3 performance. That's for sure. I don't know if it would have mattered if we were going to win this game or not. Or do they have a lightning bolt and they're just debating on what they want to use it on? Oh, a daze. Okay. Yeah, our opponent is going off, that's for sure. Yeah, Dolphy is just so good against our NT. Yeah, sure, why not? We'll give you a Robber of the Rich. Until your next end step. Okay, so I do get to play the Thraben. That's nice. Attack for 3. Oh no, you're just gonna get the Parallax Wave? Okay. That's fine. I'll play the Thraben. Play the Sacred Foundry. Mind Collapse is already in the yard, so it's not a huge reason to clue now. If it wasn't, then I would do go to 8, go to 8, go to 8. Dang. Yep, now they can flip their Tameo. They can even Croxa us. Off of the Luris. I guess they can Croxa us regardless. Yeah. Oh, choosing not to. I guess they can do both. I'm wondering if they'll Volky, since they don't know the last card in their hand. But I wouldn't imagine. I don't know why they wouldn't just Croaks us, because it would get the card regardless. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Alright. I don't know how many draws we're going to have here to hit something, but nope, Fury's not one of them. Okay. I mean, they're still going to Croaks us, but at least Luris goes down. I guess Luris probably doesn't go down. They're probably just going to save it, but whatever. Yep. Yeah, discarding the Parallax Wave there was just such a huge blunder. They probably would have gotten it eventually anyways with the amount of discard that they had. So I think I'm losing this game regardless, but it doesn't mean I should be helping my opponent. Come on, lose a flip. Alright, cool. Just think, they could be dead right now if they lost all their flips. Chain Lightning off the top gives us the 50-50. Chain Lightning off the top. Chain Lightning from the top rope. And they should probably be getting back the Croxa here and just killing us. If I'm playing against Boros, I'm assuming that they have burn. They don't need... What do they need? The... Okay. They have the Mox Diamond. So now Galvanic Blast is a 50-50. Galvanic Blast for Justice? Let's see what happens. Lose a flip. Come on, lose a flip. What's exiled to it, right? Just those two? If this is actual counterspell, I guess I lose. Okay, just Brainstorm. That's fine. I still should have done it on my turn, I guess. I was hoping that they would... Okay, 50-50. I was hoping that they would crack a clue. No! Dang it. Okay, well, at least I have blockers. And a Chain Lightning still has them dead. That would have been such a cool win. Oh, come on. I need to know if I'm dead or not. And sadly, I can't even attack next turn because of Luris. Luris having lifelink. Luckily, even if they have Time Walk, they still have to flip a Mana Crypt. Okay, they're choosing to draw again, probably, which will flip their Tameo. But luckily, they can't minus their Tameo because it comes into play with 2 loyalty, which is nice. Oh yeah, they exiled all this to the Croxa. Alright, Chain Lightning or lose a flip. They've won more than they've lost, so... Oh wait, yeah, they didn't flip the Tameo because the upkeep Brainstorm, duh. Let's just play the Bone Crusher. Discarding the Mox Ruby means we won't lose life to the Croxa. Alright, 50-50. Here's a second 50-50. Oh, what's this? Oh, Malcolm into draw 2, or draw 1, I mean. Oh, into go for the throat. Okay. Come on. Yes, baby! We're still in it after all of that. Okay, awesome, awesome, awesome. Of course, you looking at the video, there's, you know, more time, so it's, I guess it's obvious, but for me, it wasn't. Oh, man. Okay, well, we at least finished at 500, and let's hope that we don't get vintaged this time. Please, let's us do the vintaging. That was exciting. That was so exciting. Double Moxen. Okay, we have... Yeah, this is turn 2 Chandra on the play. We're going to Mana Tithe basically anything. Our opponent's on a mulligan. Opponent debating on mulliganing again. Okay, nope, just putting one back. Howdy. I don't want to give away... Like, I don't want to get this Chandra spell pierced. I'm just going to say go. And then if they have a counter spell on turn 2, that's fine. Because I can Mana Tithe it. Now I can even play an Inti.
On the phone. Today's my lucky day.
Alright, I mean, I will Mana Tithe, like, the first chance I get, more than likely. You don't always have to do that, of course. Uh-oh. They have a 4-drop? With these colors, they're more likely to have a 3-drop. I can't think of a black-red 2 colorless or a blue-red 2 colorless spell off the top of my head, but of course they could go like preordain into 3-drop or something. It should be fairly obvious that I have a Mana Tithe if our opponent's been paying attention. It's the similar reasoning and logic why I'm usually able to pick it out as well. Yep, that makes total sense. Well, we still have a Chandra. Oh, do I just want to get in with a Nova Hellkite? Let's do that.
This will be easy.
Chandra is 1 away from upticking. Or, I mean, from ultimating. That's cute. I just realized the Tiny Bones avatar or whatever you want to call it. I guess this is the avatar mascot or whatever. I just like Dwayne the Rock Johnson over here with my Lotus sleeves. I am a vintage player at heart after all. Opponent is doing a lot of thinking. right, yeah, we accept this. We definitely have our opponent on the back foot. That is for sure. I'm gonna play the planes first, just in case this hits something that would matter for. Okay, nope, deal damage. And we're just gonna say go. I don't think I'm gonna ultimate the Chandra, but I guess I should act. Yes, I should, because if they cast a single spell, we kill them. Never mind. I got in my own head there. They have to kill the Chandra. And even if they go to 3 to do it, like, we have Chain Lightning. Bone Shards. Okay, yeah, they did it. Just in time, too. Alright.
You don't need me anymore.
Okay, since we can't do both anyways, I'm just going to wait on this, and then I can shock and then play it. Okay, I'm glad we got to waste the Time Walk. Unless we didn't. Oh yeah, we're gonna Mana Tithe there. Our opponent cannot tap the Ancient Tomb again, or else they are dead. Looks like now they have more than enough mana to do things. Oh, nice. I'm just gonna crush them because if I can't do anything else, I'll just. Oh, never mind. They're just dead. Good game. Yeah, we really them being tied up with mana there, specifically the Ancient Tomb being their third land for a while, and then just the turn 2 Chandra was just very, very strong. We got to do the vintaging for once. That's good. Now that's our 4th win. Okay, the deck is now a success. Starting off 0-2, and now we are 4-0 ever since. Could we get the reverse 7-2? Yeah, we like this. And we're on the play. And I like this too because it doesn't telegraph that we have a Mana Tithe. Depending on what they do here. Okay, yeah, I was going to say, I'm just going to probably play the Death Greater normal. Yeah, that's unfortunate. So, normally I would tap the Sacred Foundry here, but I can't do that specifically, and I don't want to leave up just planes and give him kind of like a... Ooh, okay. Yep, that's unfortunate. And give them an obvious, oh, hey, I have a Sacred Foundry, you know? I think that's better. But hopefully we don't get Wasteland into a 2-drop or something. They have nope, that's not what I thought they were going to have, but I'm glad we get the Mana Tithe it nonetheless. Okay, well, I guess this time we are going to be popping this Pirate Spellbomb. Hopefully they play a creature here we can Mind Collapse. Oh no, not a Dark Depths. Oh no. Well, we do have a Parallax Wave for that. That's so unfortunate. Draw a card. We need something big. Okay, Comet's big. We don't need to play this yet because they can't attack with the token next turn. Alright. Come on, let's roll some 6s. Roll a 6. Daddy needs a 6 right now. Wow, we are so good at rolling 5s. I'm just gonna fetch now. I really don't want to draw a land, and yeah. I would love for them to sorcery speed it. Oh yes, please sorcery speed it. That is great. They lose both their lands, and now even if they have a spell pierce, I get to counter it. Oh, well, that might change things. Let's see what this does first. A 1. We just make some squirrels. Parallax Wave resolved. Nissa, that's fine. If they want to animate, we will just take it away. Remember, they don't get the Marrow Age back because it's a token. And when they get the land back, it'll come back as a land. Let's just get rid of that. Alright. Alright, Comet. You can hit a 5 again if you want, but preferably a 6. Okay. We get to do 5 damage to the Nissa. Oh, no, Nissa's at 6. Oh, wait, no, we can't 2-player. Okay, or Planeswalker. That's fine. Well, we might have this if they don't have much else. Notably, they do have 6 mana right now. 8 if they activate Nissa. But there's not a whole lot. I don't want to jinx myself, but I guess I'm going to anyways. There's not a whole lot that really wrecks us here. Like, the Woodfall Primus would be really strong. I can't think of much else for 8 mana. I guess they could technically have 10 now. Don't be looking at the comment. Oh, Fractured Identity. Okay. Well, that's unfortunate. I was hoping... I was referring to creatures, by the way, when I said much. Yep. Hopefully... Okay, yeah. Just make some 1/1s. That's fine. That's not that bad.
Be wary of the ground you walk on.
Okay, luckily they already played their land. If they block the Avara, luckily I get to get rid of one of them. Is that 7? Yeah, I just need to kill them. Let's go to my turn. Hopefully I don't draw a good spell yet. Okay, Thalia I don't care about. Let's cash in this blood token. Hopefully I draw a spell. Okay, I did. Ooh, oh, I thought this was Death Greeters. That would have been a lot better. Okay. I guess I'm not going to give them the information because we don't have another card to discard. Yeah. Oh, that's wrong. That can't be right. Why wouldn't they double block the trampler that's going to grow? Because they're going to roll a 5 now. Or a 4 and kill it, yeah. Well, that's unfortunate. Hopefully they kill the NT. I think I'd rather them kill the NT. I guess it doesn't necessarily matter, actually. They're both 3 trampling next turn. Of course they're going to have a 3/3. Yeah, that Fractured Identity might have won them the game, depending on what we draw here. Now, luckily, Blood gives us 2 bites at the apple because of Inti. Because this says whenever you discard 1 or more cards, exile the top card.
The land shall conquer you.
Mystic Confluence? Okay. Yep, you get your lands back. That's unfortunate. They can make a 20/20 again. I just need to get like... Oh, are they dead? Yeah, they're so dead. Yeah, let's just do this. No, do they have something? Don't tell me they have... Once Upon a Time. Okay. I was going to say, don't tell me they have Force of Will blue card. That's a blue card. Okay, thank gosh. I was like, don't tell me they have the Force of Will. That would have been devastating. All right, Pyroglyph was a good draw there. I was going to say Bone Crusher into Chain Lightning. Because I could have played the NT, discarded, and then drawn, and then exile the card. Okay, well, 5-2 after an 0-2 start. It's not bad. I'm glad this deck got to 5 wins. I really am. This deck definitely deserves to get to 5 wins. Opponent goes first. We have some interaction. I guess I hope that we're a mirror match. Okay, they don't have a Lurrus or a Lutri. This hand is actually kind of a mixed balance. Like, it's good against control and aggro strategies / the mirror. So I'm going to keep this. And we even have a Thalia if we want it. We probably will play Thalia over Robber. Especially when our opponent's doing that. Let's see what they do first. But we're likely just going to play Thalia here. Okay, so Thalia is probably going to resolve. Let's hope they don't have a Reanimator. Oh my gosh. Oh, they put it under. Okay. Well, I get... No, never mind. That they should do that anyways. Because they can just do that and then reanimate it. Okay, so they don't have the reanimate. That's good. Don't want to draw any more lands. Let's... go to combat with just the Thalia, I think. I think I'm going to keep the Bone Crusher back. That's 5. They're at 9. Basically, if all this burn goes to them. Yep, that's fine. Well, they're at 12. If they use an actual animate dead, or not animate dead, sorry. If they use reanimate, what are they at? 7, that's, okay, that's 5. Use reanimate. That's not a reanimate. It's too bad I don't have Mana Tithe, huh? If I had one more mana... Oh, sneak attack. That's not good. Mind Collapse doesn't do much. Just going to Chain Lightning them. Pyroglyph off the top does kill them. Oh, nope. Probably not anymore. Okay, they didn't get a second fatty. They don't have a second red source anyways. So their only instant is Kolgan's Command. They don't have I get okay. They can get a mountain for their other red actually. Wish Claw's their artifact. Okay, so let's see what they got. They did get Kolgan's Command. Wish Claw, Persist. Persist is so bad for us. Oh no, they can't persist the legendary. Yeah, okay. Persist is not amazing. It does kind of stink that they get to go to 11 here, and they even get to Emperor or yeah whatever. But I will probably either Flage or Mind Collapse or both next turn in order to stop the Emperor of Bones. Yep, you should definitely attack. I really wish we had like a Swords to Plowshare style effect. It wouldn't necessarily be great here, but like if they were able to reanimate this Torsten somehow, it'd be nice to exile it because this triggers on dies. Oh, going to instep? Okay, interesting. Let's see what we get off the robber. They do get to flash in blockers, but I have a Mind Collapse. Of course, we don't get anything. If they kill the Thalia, I will probably be happy because then I can Mind Collapse when they go to play the... Yes, okay, that's fine. Oh, they're getting back the Atraxa. That's so bad for us. Okay, I need to draw a Mana Tithe here. Mana Tithe one time? That's not a Mana Tithe. Okay. Now, I can Elite Spellbinder, luckily. But they still get to, quote-unquote, get us with the Torsten. No, the Torsten will exile, actually. Yep, let's Atraxa. Now they can't sneak it into play because it's exiled. And they are currently at 2 on board. We do have a Flage and a Mind Collapse. Land, sorcery, creature, instant. That's it so far. Okay, what do they have? World Spine Worm, maybe? If this is World Spine Worm, we're dead. Are they waiting to see if we scoop out of frustration? Oh, Archon. Archon still kills us. No, because we can block with the Elite. Okay. Yeah, we can block with the Elite. And they can persist the Archon next turn. Yeah, that's so bad. This was such a close game. It's too bad we don't have like a Soul Guide Lantern. I mean, I'm going to see what we have, but we're likely dead. Yeah, because they can Emperor of Bones it. So yeah, we do need to do this. They can Emperor of Bones it and we die. Parallax Wave keeps us alive. That's a 4/5 Pyrogoyf. Yeah, I think it's just Parallax Wave. Oh, I was supposed to. No, no, no. Never mind. Because it doesn't die. It's not vanishing or whatever. I was gonna say I could put all the counters on it and remove it in response, but sadly, yep. Okay, as I said, it's gonna kill me anyways. Well, that was good. And they just had the Woodfall Primus. I think they fixed this to give priority, but I guess actually this converter would probably give it to them anyways. And maybe even the talisman, because it doesn't say sorcery speed, it just says your turn. But yeah, good game. 5-3, I think, is acceptable for this deck. Of course, it would have been nice to get another win there, but we had to get lucky top deck burn spells for a couple of those wins along the way. But we also got vintaged out a couple times, along with a couple punts by yours truly, of course. Let's take a look at the deck. I did have a lot of fun playing this. I think we did right by not playing the Sarah's Paragon, honestly. And a lot of these other red cards are just kind of clunky. The Stoneforge Mystic never came around, but I do think this deck was plenty powerful. The Thalia did put in some work, but our opponent just having so many sneak attack answers, and of course the Wish Claw was just very strong for them. The Archon was just chef's kiss. Unfortunately, we did what we could. We battled. I look forward to seeing how I could have played that last game better, maybe in the comments or anything. But I don't think we really stood a shot once they had that Woodfall Primus. But yeah, I think the deck was just solid. Comet was a good boy per usual, and I mean it's a Boros aggro deck. Well, what more do you want? I'll catch you next time. Goodbye.